Hello and welcome to the York Baseball Field here in Elmhurst, Illinois, where the Dukes are taking on the Proviso West Panthers. I'm Connor Choi. With me is Nick Gurgone, and the Dukes are playing hot. They're coming off a 23-11 victory against Addison Trail last Thursday, where they had 19 hits. They were led by Josh Fleming's two-run home runs and Noah Jones' 3 doubles. So we'll see if they can continue this hot hitting. On the mound for the Dukes is Jack Lonergan. First base, Ryan Lazowski. Second base, Nico Ruggieri. Shortstop is Josh Fleming. Paul Reedy at the hot corner. And in left field, Austin Jeva. Center field, Chris Danko. And right field, Drew Gami. Behind the plate, Noah Jones. And like we just mentioned, Jack Lonergan on the mound, making his first career start for the varsity team. He'll be facing the Proviso West Panthers in the first matchup of the 2024 season. They've already had three games canceled so far this week due to weather. First good day in a long time, weather. Nick. And we'll be facing off against Johnson, Rivera, Tolafree, Comparda, Sylvia, Beccaria, Godsey, Galetti, and Luria. No first names from the Proviso West coach, but it's okay. We'll make do. Nick, what are we looking out for here?
Well, like you said, the last matchup, putting up 23 runs, especially in the early parts of the season. That is very impressive, as the weather has been pretty bad recently and is normally at the beginning of the season. So getting those bats hot, getting them rolling is really good for this Dukes team. Hopefully they'll continue that momentum into this matchup. And Jack Lonergan on the mound, the lefty junior. First start, like you said, Connor. You'll see the fastball, changeup, curveball. Fastball, nothing much to overpower, but really gets guys swinging on those breaking balls.
And we're off. The first pitch on its way to Johnson in the leadoff spot. First pitch fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count. Lonergan comes set, the 1-0. Swung on, foul, straight back. Count evens out, 1-1. One and one on its way. Another foul ball. And now the count is 1-2, and that opens up Lonergan's pitch selection here. Nick, what are you throwing?
Probably some breaking ball here. I'm going with the changeup through 3 straight fastballs up high.
Goes with a curveball. This one misses upstairs. Had Johnson fooled, just couldn't get it down low enough for it to be a strike. So the count now 2-2.
Now you can really go back to anything you want here.
Lonergan comes set, the pitch, fastball. This one's flared out. Shallow left field, Fleming. Gonna leave it for Jeva, who makes the play, and the first batter is retired in 5 pitches. That's gonna bring up Rivera, the shortstop.
Number 10, Rivera.
It's always a good start. Your first career start, getting a nice little out. You know, probably have some nerves going into it, feeling a little anxious. Time just getting a groove, settle down, be confident.
Absolutely. Lonergan mostly been working out of the bullpen. Last pitch on Wednesday. And there's a first pitch strike. To Rivera. Lonergan comes set. The pitch, this one's fouled out of play, right side. So now down to 0-2. And now Lonergan's getting ahead very quickly. Will come set. Fires. Curveball outside. And the biggest thing I've noticed with Lonergan, Nick, is he's just had a little bit of trouble getting ahead early. But this batter, he seems to be doing a great job of that. Now 1-2. Misses with the fastball outside. So now the count evens out 2-2. Lonergan comes set. Fastball. Stump. It's low and away. So now the count is full, 3-2. Lonergan comes set. Fires ball 4 upstairs, so Rivera drives the walk, and now that's going to bring up Tolafree. Hitting in the 3 spot, so.
In this 3 spot, the right fielder, number 8, Tolafree.
Man on first, 1 away. First pitch to Tolafree is a curveball that is in there for a strike. Been over a week since the Dukes last played in a game, so we'll see how this extended time off affects them, if at all. And there's a swing and a miss at a changeup in the dirt. So now Lonergan gets ahead 0-2 for the second straight batter.
And a nice block behind the plate by Noah Jones, keeping that runner corralled at first base.
Lonergan goes back to first, and this one gets away from Lazowski, and heading to second and getting in there easily is Rivera.
Well, I would imagine that's going to be E3 there. That looked like a pretty well enough thrown ball. Jack Lonergan over to first base. That was just mishandled or dropped by Ryan Lazowski. It's unfortunate to put the runner in scoring position.
Looks like it had just clipped the glove. Now Lonergan fires upstairs. Count now 1-2. Compadra on deck. He's in the 4 spot. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to throw down to third. Not in time. So Rivera is able to steal third and take advantage of that error. However, Lonergan picks up the second out, striking out Tolafree. But now that's going to bring up Compadra. Compadra on the mound today for the Panthers. And he's got a runner 90 feet away from home. But there are 2 outs. First pitch on its way. Curveball in there for a strike. And Lonergan's really attacking the zone this time. And he goes back to the curveball. And back-to-back strikes for Lonergan. And his curveball is just, he's able to get it exactly where he wants it, Nick.
Well, that's good. I mean, the fastball's looked a little bit like he's missing a little high, so go with that breaking ball pitch.
This time he goes changeup, but it's down low. So 1-2 the count. Lonergan set the pitch. Goes slider. This time it's in the dirt. Runner holds at third. Nice block by Jones. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Man on third. Lonergan set. Fires. This one's just a bit outside. So the count is now full.
From 0-2 to full count. Got to make the pitch now.
Lonergan set the pitch. This one's flared in the right field, and that's going to score a run. So the Panthers get the first run of the day and the first hit of the day as Compadra, just with a soft line drive to right field, able to score Rivera.
Well, Proviso West coming into this matchup here start off the season 1-3. However, they have scored like an average amount of runs of like 6 per game during those 4 games. They lost a close game recently, 11-10, and they won 9-5. So they do put up runs. Now whether their pitching can hold the other teams is the question, but this can be a dangerous team if they're really clicking with the bats. You got to watch out.
Caston, the pinch runner, he goes over to first, and now the first pitch is down low in the dirt for ball 1. Lonergan comes set, misses outside, so 2-0 out the count. Lonergan set, delivers, down low, so the count is now 3-0.
I've noticed now a lot of his changeups have been missing low and in the dirt.
Needs to find a strike here. Comes set. And able to get first one in there for a strike. So he finds his zone. So now 3-1 the count against Sylvia. He's still ahead. A favorable count. Lonergan set. Goes back to first, and they caught him sleeping. A perfect pickoff from Jack Lonergan to end the inning. Lazowski was there, applied the tag, and they got Catone just sleeping on the bases, but Proviso West strikes first, 1 run on 1 hit, and the Dukes coming up soon. It's Gami, Danko, and Fleming to lead things off. Bottom of the first coming your way here on York Sports Network.
On the bump for the Panthers.
Back to the bottom of the first here at York Baseball Field. The defense for Proviso West at first base, Galletti. Second base, Beccaria. Shortstop is going to be Rivera. The third baseman, Sylvia. The outfield consists of Lueria in left, Johnson in center, Tolafree in right. Godsey behind the dish, and on the mound is Compardra, and leading things off, Drew Gami, who gets the start in right field. Gami takes first pitch outside. Ball 1. Takes a breaking ball there for strike 1. Gami 3 for 5 against Addison Trail. Double, 2 doubles, and a base hit. And he grounds this one up the middle, and the leadoff man is going to be aboard with a base hit. So Drew Gami, real speed threat on the bases, able to reach on the third pitch of the at-bat.
And it seems like everyone was able to hit last game at Addison Trail. A lot of multi-hit games for many players in the starting lineup. Nice shot by Drew Gami to continue that momentum over.
Danko 0 for 1 against Addison Trail. Walked twice, struck out once, and takes a first pitch in there for a strike. Danko committed to Illinois State to continue playing baseball. Compardra set. Fires in a slider right there. And Danko now down 0-2.
And that's such a good pitch to a lefty there. Have that slider start way outside and come over on that outside corner. It's really tough pitch for these lefty hitters to hit.
Comparsa set, fires inside, bounces it in, blocked, and Gami will have to go back to first. So now 1-2 the count. Biggest thing with Danko is he's been starting down in the count a lot. He's just having a hard time to dig himself out, as any hitter would. But he takes one and is able to work it back to a 2-2 count. So now more favorable for him as he take a fastball up and in. Comparsa set. Gami goes. Danko looks at strike 3 right down the middle. The throw down to second. Would have gotten him, but the ball pops out. But Danko strikes out looking. Gami picks up the stolen base, so 1 away, but a man is in scoring position for the Dukes. Now digging in is Josh Fleming. Fleming, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs against Addison Trail. Went 2 for 3. And they're going to call time, talk things over for the 3-hitter.
Interesting conversation. I mean, first at bat, plate appearance for Josh Fleming. I mean, maybe they're just thinking about situational plays here, talking about that runner at second base.
You know Gami's a speed threat. You know there's a good chance he's going to run. Generous lead at second for Gami. Fleming awaits the first pitch.
Nobody around him, though.
And he hits the first one right to third base. They're going to look back. Gami, Fleming can't beat out the throw. Gami has to go back. So there's 2 away. And Comparsa with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Ryan Lazowski.
That's a really good out there because your whole job there as a hitter with a man on second base with less than 2 outs is to move that runner over to third base. And just not able to get the job done there. Hard hit ground ball to third. Nice play by a third baseman.
Great job by Comparsa just getting him to roll over. Lazowski takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Lazowski awaits the 0-1, and he's going to take ball 1 outside. Breaking ball in the other batter's box. Dukes with an opportunity, still down 1-0. Big curveball that's going to get away from the catcher, and he won't be able to pick it up in time. And it was a curveball over Lazowski's head, popped out of the mitt. Gami able to advance to third on the wild pitch, and now Lazowski ahead 2-1 with a man 90 feet away from home.
For a second, it looked like Garza behind the plate was going to be able to pick up the ball and try to have a play on Gami, and that ball almost gets behind the backstop there. Both pitchers kind of struggling, getting those balls up, leaving them in the dirt. But a nice play.
Absolutely.
On the dish.
3-1 the count now. Lazowski awaits, and he's going to take strike 2, a fastball at the letters. So now the count is full with 2 outs, man on third. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 4. Lazowski able to work the walk, and now runners on the corners for Nico Ruggieri.
Next up, the second baseman, number 7, Nico Ruggieri.
This is one of those interesting situations as well. Will we see Ryan Lazowski take off and try to steal second base, or possibly get in a rundown, try to have Gami score with, you have great speed at third base. Any of those situations you can put into effect.
Slide step from Comparsa now trying to eliminate that potential threat of Lazowski going to second. Not sure if he's going anywhere, though. More known for that power than the speed. And Ruggieri takes ball 1.
Most 4-hitters do not have the best speed on the team.
Ruggieri takes a ball in there or a fastball in there for a strike. Count evens out 1-1. Ruggieri really solidified himself as a starting second baseman towards the end of last year. especially during that playoff run where he helped the Dukes win their first ever super sectional, or their second ever super sectional.
Gets drilled.
Yeah, and he's going to get hit there in the upper shoulder. And the bases are now loaded. And that's going to bring up Paul Reedy.
Next up, the third baseman, number
Well, I'm glad that
21, Paul Reedy.
Nico didn't get hit in the face there.
No,
Ball
yeah,
looked
it was
like
running in.
It was running high up towards his face, able to bring his shoulder up, absorb that contact. That would have been bad.
Reedy committed to Carthage, still looking for his first hit of the year. Missed the first few games due to a back injury, but now he's back at third base, and he takes the first pitch upstairs for a ball. So 1-0, bases loaded, nobody out. Duke's still trying to put their first run on the board. This one, ground ball, second base, and eaten up, and Reedy can't beat the throw, and he's going to be out. So nice job by the second baseman, Beccaria, to save himself and get the out. And the Dukes strand 3 men off just 1 hit. And the score remains 1-0 with the top of the second coming your way. Sylvia, Beccaria, and Godsey up next for the Panthers. You're watching York Sports Network. Top of the second here, Jack Lonergan back on the mound for his second inning of work. Faces Sylvia for the unofficial second time and fires in a first pitch strike. So ahead in the count 0-1.
It's always weird when you're out there, take pretty much a full at bat, and then there's an out on the base paths, and you have to go back out there again for another at bat.
It's like a 2-for-1 special, Nick.
Yeah, see, twice as many pitches.
Lonergan comes set, gets Sylvia to roll over. Reedy can't scoop it up, and he can't pick it up. There's no throw, so that'll be E5. And Sylvia reaches on the error. That'll bring up the second baseman, Beccaria. Now with the runner on.
That was a tough play for Paul, having to move over to the left quite a bit. That takes a pretty decent hop. Just gets caught up on it.
Just one of those slow rollers. Swing and a miss on a good changeup from Lonergan. So Beccaria now down 0-1. Nick, I'm sure you've had some of those in your back in your playing days.
We all have.
Not me. I was a lefty. I didn't play the infield except for first base. Wasn't that great at it. Went to my home, left field.
Lefties usually just get stuck at first base.
Yeah. Especially when you're younger. Fastball in there,
but
strike
like,
2.
If you ever see like a lefty third baseman or something,
No call on the curveball.
you know they are clean. Like
1 and 2.
it's a smooth motion that they got.
Lonergan played first base for a long time, I remember. The 1-2 on its way. Just misses, so 2-2. Lonergan comes set. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Beccaria down on strikes. Lonergan picks up the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher Godsey with one away.
The catcher, number 7, Godsey.
Godsey with both a sliding mitt and batting gloves in his back pocket, and his batting gloves on as well.
Lonergan back to first.
Kind
Not
of
in time.
I don't know how you swing with all that in your back pockets. I never had anything besides maybe some seeds. Start munching on.
I'd gum in my back pocket. Godsey shows bunt, pops this one up. Jonesy can't go back in time. It hits the netting.
Coming back towards us.
Should have made that play.
I would have if there's no net.
So 0-1 the count. Lonergan gets set, fires. Godsey checks his swing. This one's going to be fast enough for one. They try and get two. Fleming over, hits the netting. Godsey rounds first on his way to second. The throw from Wazowski is in time. They get him. They get both outs in the most unconventional way you're ever going to see, but it works. So 3 up, 3 down. 3 up and 3 outs. So Lonergan able to get out of it with just one man on, reaching on the error. What a bizarre play. And it'll bring up...
I don't believe that goes down as an error, actually.
No, I'm not sure. Jones, Hughes, Jeva up next for the Dukes. Bottom of the second coming your way in just a moment. Bottom of the second inning here in Elmhurst. They're going to give Compadre one more throw, so Godsey could throw it down. Skips it in there, and Noah Jones, the Dukes catcher, going to dig in for his first time today. Jones coming off a 3-double 4 RBI performance against Addison Trail, and he was just hitting the ball hard and in the right center gap.
I was going to say, can't do much better than that. I mean,
one of the best, most impressive,
out.
one of the most impressive pieces of hitting over the course of a game I've seen. Checks his swing there, and he went around. And Godsey sends this one over Compadre's head. Jones going to Elmhurst University for baseball. Continue playing. And this one, breaking ball inside, nearly hits him. Ball 1. Jones, one of 7 boys, right?
Yes, he is. Big family.
Big family. So, Compadre's fastball bounces in the left-handed batter's box for ball 2, so 2-1. That was the third born, right?
Third born. is a
Twin. Yeah.
Peter,
So this one.
an older brother Matthew
Yes.
at Iowa right now, studying pharmacy.
So 3-1. They count to Jones. Takes that for strike number 2. So the count is now full. Compadre comes set. Here's the pitch. Jones takes ball 4 well outside. And he draws the leadoff walk. And now Noah Hughes is going to step into the box.
Next up, the designated hitter number 1, Noah Hughes.
Nick Fisher going to pinch run for, or courtesy run for Jones.
Same thing, really. I mean,
Not according to my dad.
no. Well, technically, pinch runner, the batter will come out of the game.
Pick off. Not going to get Fisher. Not even close.
Yeah.
Fisher, would you say he's probably one of the 3 fastest on the team?
I would say so. It's great speed.
Fisher, Danko, Gami, those
Gami.
3 are probably the fastest. He was a bit of a surprising addition to the lineup. Wasn't really sure what we were going to see from him, but he's just been hitting the ball really well.
Well, last year we didn't see much of him in the batter's box. Obviously, mainly a pitcher, and is still, I would say, mainly a pitcher.
In that rotation, but he's been filling in nicely, kind of in that DH, occasional left or right field spots.
When you get your opportunities and you deliver, you're going to get more opportunities.
Hughes skies this one, left field, coming in, and this one is not going to be caught. It just drops in front of the left fielder. Fisher has to hold at second, so a bizarre single for Noah Hughes, but you know what they say, a hit is a hit, so
Are we calling that a hit?
The left fielder number 4.
didn't touch his
Austin Jeva.
Going down,
glove.
it did not touch his glove.
Loria was just tracking it, and there is a bit of a breeze, and it just fell. So base hit for Noah Hughes.
Sun, the breeze.
One of the hardest hits you guys will see today.
He didn't look too confident running in. He had his glove up hand really high, and the other hand nowhere to be found, and it just looked
Awkward.
and
Yeah, awkward.
lackadaisical, and was nowhere close to the ball.
So Fisher in scoring position. Jeva digs in, fouls this one back out of play. So 0-1 the count. Jeva batting last, playing left field for the Dukes. Compadre comes set. Jeva grounds this one towards the third baseman. No play at second, and they'll just have to fire to first. Fisher rounding third will go back, have to retreat back to the bag, but Jeva does his job, moves both runners, so now one away, runners on second and third.
That's a great job there, yeah, like you said, Connor, moving both those runners over. Now I have 2 men in scoring position with only 1 out.
And that'll bring up Gami for the second time today. He had a base hit, ground ball up the middle, and this time it's a line drive, but it's caught by the shortstop, and it's going to be doubled off. They had Hughes just kind of in no man's land. Not too much he could have done about that. It was hit right at the shortstop Rivera. He makes a great play and is able to double him off. And the Dukes strand 2 runners.
Not much you can do there. I mean,
not at all.
Hughes did the right thing, froze, looked back, then started retreating, but
just wasn't in time. So Galletti, Loria, and Johnson up for the Panthers. 1-0 still your score here in Elmhurst. Jack Lonigan heads back out for his 3rd inning of work. Coming up soon here on York Sports Network.
14, Galletti.
Galletti in for the first time today for the Panthers, as Lonergan on the mound for his third inning of work. Galletti getting the start at first base. Lonergan's first pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. And swing and a miss, so count evens out 1-1.
Lonergan has had nice 2 first innings here. Gave up 1 run. I'm not completely sure if they go down as earned or not. I believe there was an error at first base, but then a runner did steal. It's kind of an iffy one. I'm pretty sure it's unearned.
He did reach on a walk, and this one fouled straight back. So 1-2 on Galletti.
2-2.
Or 2-2 on Galletti. Yeah, that one's a bit iffy there, Nick. For you.
Because he walked and then went to second on the air. And then stole third.
I think that would be an earned run. Lonergan's fastball low and away. Yes, because he didn't reach on an error, and he didn't score on the error. He got one base. I don't know. This one called strike 3, rings him up. Fastball on the low outside corner. Lonergan picks up his third strikeout of the day. His first one looking. Galletti down and heads back to the dugout in disbelief. Loria now steps in.
Galletti didn't like it, but
it's been there
you
all
see those
day.
umps calling those outside corners. They love to favorite it.
Lorelli pushes this one. Reedy doesn't have a beat on it. This one's foul. Not sure what the thought is behind there. Maybe just try and push one down the third base, towards the third base line.
Usually you recognize that the third baseman is playing back, and you just try to lay one down, try to beat out the throw.
Curveball this time,
Nice
in there
curve.
for strike 2. So I will say, Nick, it looks like Lonergan's curveball has really just been on point today. Just no complaints with that pitch at all.
No, the curveball has been really solid. Changeup has not been the best, at least in my eyes.
The 0-2 is fastball inside, trying to jam him, just missed too far in, so 1-2 the count. 1 out. Lonergan comes set. Goes back to the curveball, rings up the second batter, so he strikes out 8-9, both looking. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, so the center fielder Johnson will step back in for the second time today. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to shallow left field his last time up. Now Lonergan with 2 outs goes to the curveball. This one, a rare miss way upstairs. Lonergan comes set. Johnson fouls it straight back at the net. So count now 1-1. Lonergan set, fires upstairs. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. And like you said, Nick, very smooth sailing since the first inning, and he's just looked great. I mean, has not given up a hit. And Johnson skies this one in foul territory. Jones under it and makes the catch, and that retires the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Jack Lonergan. And that's just what the Dukes need, as they've got the heart of the order coming up. Danko, Fleming, Lazowski due up in the bottom of the third, coming your way shortly here on York Sports Network.
Leading things off for the Dukes,
Bottom of the
center
third here.
fielder, number 19,
Proviso
Chris
West
Danko.
still leads 1-0 over the Dukes, but the heart of the order coming up 2, 3, 4. Start with Chris Danko, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout. And the first pitch to Danko is there for a strike. Looked low and away, but called a strike regardless. Now 0-1. Danko takes upstairs. Count evens out 1-1. Compadre still working. Has not given up a run. He's been excellent so far. And this one skips away from the catcher inside. Ball 2. And Nick, what do you think these Dukes hitters are going to have to do to capitalize when they have men in scoring position?
Just keep putting the ball in play. Last time out, got really unlucky lining into that double play.
Wow, good curveball there, just not called. So called the low and away fastball, did not call that curveball. Looked pretty good to me. 3-1 to Danko, and this breaking ball in there for a strike.
Interesting.
Just quite confused. Normally we can figure out the zone quite quickly. Fortunately, not this game. Full count to Danko. Takes ball 4. He draws yet another walk this season. And while the batting average might not be where he wants it to be, his on-base percentage is certainly very high, and that's why he continues to be at the top of the lineup day in and day out, Nick.
Yes, he does. He's great at being patient, taking those walks. And really, we've seen all these Duke hitters today be pretty patient. Compadre's pitch count has got to be pretty well up there at this point. Maybe 50s, 60s, something around that. He's had a lot of pitches, a lot of runners on, just no runs to show for it.
Has definitely had more traffic than Lonergan has allowed, but still, like you said, no runs given up. Fleming digs in for the second time today, looks at ball 1. Grounded out to third his last time up. So Danko on first, who's also a speed threat. Gotta watch out for that. And this one's in the dirt, gets underneath the legs of Godsey, and Danko just walks into second. So the wild pitch advances Danko to second. And now Fleming ahead 2-0 with a man in scoring position, and this is not a spot you want to be in if you're Compadre.
No, and for Josh here, you got to move the runner over. Try to
takes a first pitch strike, or first strike of the at-bat, I should say. But
probably it was a strike there, but Godsey behind the plate.
Yeah, just not a good, not a good frame job from Godsey. Compadre steps off. Danko retreats back to the bag.
Well, he stood up and caught it underhand.
Yeah, just not sure why you would catch a fastball that was about thigh high. Fleming takes ball 3, so now this is a really interesting situation here. Does Compadre go back to the breaking ball, or does he try and attack with a fastball in hopes that Fleming may be searching for a walk? The 3-1, Fleming attacks this one, sends this one out. Right center field, should be playable. Catch is made, Danko's going to tag, and he will make it to third standing up. So that advances the runner to third. So Danko 90 feet away from scoring, the tying run. Fleming does the job. Advances Danko on the fly out to center field, and now you have your cleanup hitter, Ryan Lazowski.
That ball, Josh Fleming's bat, looked really well, but then just kind of got caught up maybe in the wind and the cold air out there in right center field. Pretty easy play for those outfielders. A nice throw in, but the speed of Chris Danko just could not get him.
Lazowski grounds this one. This one's going to be picked up in fair territory. Not sure if it would have stayed fair. Throw is in time. Not going to matter. Danko able to score, and we are tied at 1 apiece here in Elmhurst. So RBI ground out for Ryan Lazowski. And the third baseman, Sylvia's got a great arm, Nick, but that one looked like it might, if he just let it go, that one looked like it might have been going foul.
Going foul, you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he
think
had to
that
go over
one-
quite a bit.
I think that one was going to be a foul ball. If you ask me, Ruggieri hits this one off his foot, and it goes right to Compardra.
He's been hit off his foot and shoulder, and just 2 at-bats so far.
And it's a little chilly, so Nico might not be having the best time right now.
Maybe a little ice bath and a hot shower when he gets home.
Ice bath, it's 40 degrees outside.
Not if those bruises come up.
Foul tip, strike 2, so Ruggieri down 0-2. You big ice bath guy?
I'll take an ice bath in any weather.
Does it really help?
Indoors, obviously. Outdoors, right now, it would not feel great. But
Called strike 3, beautiful slider from Compardra, and he retires the side. Ruggieri caught looking. So 1 run scored by the Dukes on no hits. So good job, good base running, and good situational hitting from the Dukes as they're able to tie it up. Top of the 4th coming your way shortly here on York Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning here. Jack Lonergan out once again for the Dukes, and he's first pitch fastball. Called a ball.
Looked good, but it's a ball. We
Rivera,
respect the umps.
second time, 0 for 0, reached on a walk. This one under the glove of Reedy, who has had to dive for it, couldn't come up with it, and that's a leadoff base hit for the Panthers, and they continue to hit surprisingly well here in the first about half of the game. And now Tollefree. Gonna dig in. Lonergan comes set. Tollefree skies this one. Right field. Should be playable. Now Danko runs all the way over from center, makes the play. Really helping out Gami, having trouble with the sun.
Gami did not see that ball at all. And Danko came over, luckily.
That's why you have to back up your outfielders every time. So 1 away.
Well, different angle. And in Gami's defense, the sun is pointing
right at him.
face.
Danko is able to,
Yeah, he's got
like you
better
said,
angle.
run at an angle where it's not directly in his eyes. Compardra now. Lonergan goes back to first. He's got a slow pickoff move, but it looks like you don't really realize it until he's throwing over towards first, Nick, because he looks at the runner on first almost every pitch for some portion of time. Beautiful curve. Clips just enough of the strike zone, and now Compardra down 0-1.
It's always tough for a runner on first base against a lefty pitcher because
Runner goes. Jones throws it down, and this one's not in time. Tried bouncing it to Fleming, but could not match up well with the speed of Rivera, who's got his second swipe bag of the game. Stole third earlier.
Rivera did a nice job there, like I was saying. Got to make sure that the pitcher goes towards home because if they just lift up their leg, they can still go back to first.
Rivera goes again, and this one's going to be lined into right field for a base hit. This will score Rivera. The Panthers take the lead. Nice base hit from Compadra. Just a hard ground ball into right field, and that is just enough. Rivera, who got a jump, made it all the way home, and now it's 2-1. And now Sylvia, the third baseman, digging in with still only one out.
Looked maybe like a little hit and run action. And the batter doing a great job of poking that ball into right field, going the opposite way.
Yeah,
Love to see batters go the opposite way.
Absolutely. 1-0 the count. Lonergan's fastball missed outside. That last pitch, he just left that fastball just about belt high. Compadra didn't do too much with it, just sent it the other way. Fly ball, right field, Gami in the foul territory. And
just foul.
yeah, that one was close. So that'll just be a strike. That one was really cutting it close to the line.
It did look just a bit foul.
I mean, that one's so hard to tell. Even we don't have the best angle in the world
really
to judge
close.
that.
I mean, it was slicing down towards the line.
Yeah, just a hard one.
It looked like it was fair the whole way. Then it just landed
just tailed.
barely
Yeah,
foul.
it just tailed towards the very end once it started to come down. So now 1-1 the count.
And the
False
outfield,
time.
outfield really shifts over quite a bit, especially Danko and Gami.
A little bit of a reverse shift for the right-handed batter.
Yeah.
A lot of Lonergan's fly balls have been going to the right side. And he misses upstairs with the fastball. Two and 1 the count. Lonergan back to first, and not in time. Compadra is safe. Lonergan comes set, delivers. This one up the middle. Fleming steps on second for one. Can't get the second one. He throws it away. And the throw down to second. Not in time. They nearly did it again.
Jeez.
So that'll be a throwing.
That one will.
Yeah, that will be a 1-6 and then E6 afterwards.
Yeah.
And now there's a man in scoring position. There are two outs.
Well, that's twice now that Fleming has airmailed the first baseman, Ryan Lazowski. Those balls have not been catchable at all. Dukes do get an out, though.
So 2 away. Beccaria stepping in, man in scoring position. Proviso West with a 2-1 lead. And just very interesting. Very rarely do you see those throwing errors from Fleming, let alone multiple. As Lonergan floats in a nice 12-6 curveball to start off the at-bat. Lonergan set. Fires this one. Fouled straight back. So 0-2 the count. And Nick, I mean, if I'm Lonergan, I think I'm going back to the curveball. It's just been your bread and butter all day.
Yeah, it's really worked well. Starting it high and outside or inside for these batters. And just cuts right over down into the top corner of the plate.
Lonergan comes set. The 0-2 runner goes. He goes for the fastball. This one's fouled right side out of play.
I've seen a lot of runners take off.
Yeah,
for Proviso West.
Quite aggressive on the bases, but I mean, that's what gave him the lead back this inning.
It is.
I mean, if you don't send Rivera on the pitch, Compadra's base hit, I don't think is hit well enough where Rivera can score all the way from second.
And the first inning for their first run.
Goes to the curveball there. This time it misses, so 1-2. Yeah, so aggressive base running has been the name of the game for the Panthers today. Really been most of their offensive production. Lonergan comes set. Curveball fouled away, so Beccaria just getting a piece of it, stays alive. And the count remains 1-2. And what is shaping up to be quite the lengthy at bat. Lonergan comes set, fires, bounces a changeup in the dirt.
Good stop.
Good stop by Jones, preventing Sylvia from moving. But now the count 2-2.
That's another changeup in the dirt. Just really out of control.
Yeah. Beccaria really making him work for it. And he calls time. Runner goes. This one tapped towards first. Lazowski's there, and he'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll end the inning. Proviso West able to get another run on 2 hits, and the Dukes have some work to do. Reedy Jones, huge, coming up your way shortly here on York Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Paul Reedy leading things off for the Dukes here in the bottom of the 4th. Proviso West with a 2-1 lead, so the Dukes need to get something going. They've had traffic on the bases. The real problem has been just leaving them in scoring position. And Reedy chops this one right towards Kalal, who makes the play. And a great throw back to Compardra. Still got that cannon, Nick. Big lefty coaching first base.
Well, you know coaches always try to show off their skills that they got left in the tank on those coaching first and third base. Because if not, they know they're getting chirped by the dugout.
Oh, yeah, 1-1 the count. Reedy smacks this one right field. This one's falling, and it falls foul. So just slicing and just out of play. So now 1-2 the count. Reedy grounded out to second base his last time up. Still searching for that first hit of the season. Reached base a couple times on walks and errors. But it's always nice to get that first hit of the season. Down 1-2, Compardra fires a fastball. Reedy fouls this one straight back. Not a lot of breaking balls from him against Reedy. Just one, which is quite uncommon, as he's mostly been throwing a lot of sliders, actually. But straight fastballs for Reedy. Goes to the slider that time, just dipped down out of the zone. So 2-2 the count. So Reedy awaits from Compardra, and he fouls it off, stays alive. So great at bat being put together by Paul.
Well, and he's on him too, because all four of those swings he's had this at bat have been fouled off. He's right on it. Just got to put a ball in play.
Reedy falls for the breaking ball, and he's going to be tagged out. So he's down on strikes. So Paul's now 0 for 2, and there's one away, bringing up Noah Jones.
That was the best slider of the game from Comparsa right there. That was absolutely nasty.
That one was great, and especially when you're going fastball, 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 and Reedy keeps following him back, or he's late. You're thinking, now I got to catch one out in front, and that time he's way ahead of the breaking ball. So great sequencing from Comparsa, getting the first out. Jones grounds this one foul. So he's down 0-1. Jones walked his first time, made it all the way to third base. Could not score. Jones awaits the 0-1, swing and a miss. Now he's down 0-2. Nice changeup from Comparsa, just floated it over, and Jones was out in front of that one. Comes set, the pitch, Jones grounds this one, foul. Down the third base side, but not in play, so he stays alive, 0-2. One away, Comparsa is still going strong. No action in the Panthers bullpen. Was breaking ball upstairs. 12-6, couldn't get it to snap down. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Comparsa gets Jones jammed, third base. Tough play, and he can't scoop it up, so Jones reaches. And that wasn't an easy play for Sylvia, but I think it'll go down in the books as an error. Just brought his head up just a bit too soon, Nick.
Yeah, not an easy play, but he did the hardest part. All he had to do was just transfer it from his glove to his hand, and he had the out. I mean, unfortunate for the Dukes and Jones. Getting a runner on base. Only 1 away.
That'll bring up Noah Hughes, who fouls first pitch straight back, went for that upstairs fastball, couldn't catch it out in front, now down 0-1. Hughes 1 for 1 today with a base hit. Just nothing fancy, just went up the middle, way up the middle, almost hit second base. And Hughes gonna flare this out. Right field, this could be trouble, and he dives and it falls. So Jones had to play that one real careful, so he'll only end up at second base. And
Nick Fisher, actually.
Or Nick Fisher, I should say, the courtesy. And Hughes
reaches on another pop fly.
Yeah, pop fly.
Should have been easily caught. That one, again, tough with the sun. Just could not see it at all. He saw it off the bat. He was nowhere close to the ball. He was almost running the wrong way at the start.
So now Jeva digs in. Right side. On a play. 0-1 the count. Jeva grounded out to third his last time up. Did move two of the Hughes and Jones, or Fisher, over his last time up. Got them in scoring position until Gami lined into that unfortunate double play. Comparsa set. Jeva bunts this one pretty well. Godsey has to scoop it up. He fires. Not in time. Jeva reaches.
Great bunt.
On the bunt single, right to the catcher. And now the bases are loaded with 1 away. And we're back to the top of the order.
Well, it was an awkward bunt to begin with. I mean, the ball was way inside. Jeva just bringing the bat in, getting the bat on ball, and placed a beautiful bunt right between the catcher and the pitcher. It's exactly where you want it to be placed.
One of the best ones I think I've ever seen, Nick. Just a lost art, I should say. Not too many kids these days can lay it down like that. Bases loaded for Gami, and awkward swing onto the slider, so strike 1. Gami 1 for 2, lined into a double play his last time up. Singled in the first. So 1 out. Has a chance to do some damage here. And he fouls this one straight back. So now the count 0-2.
Another 0-2 count. I mean, Comparsa doing a great job with these hitters, getting them into tough counts, and still really doing a good job. I mean, really should be out of this inning. 2 errors, 1 goes down as a hit, but should have been caught. And just a unlucky bunt single.
Yeah, just the sun has really impacted the game, but like you said, Nick, props to him. He's worked out of countless jams here, trying to work out of a one-out bases-loaded jam. Ahead 0-2. Gami gets hit, and that's an RBI, and we are tied. Tried going up and in with the fastball. Went too far inside. Hits Gami in that upper shoulder around the neck. And that's going to drive in a run. And now that'll bring up Chris Danko. So just not what you want, especially when you're ahead 0-2.
And Compartner, I mean,
that's your out.
He's been going right at the zone all day, getting strikes, and then randomly all of a sudden he just throws a ball way up high in the righty's batter's box. And
yeah, just a rare miss could not have come at a more unfortunate time as we are now tied. Danko, big swing and a miss at the changeup from Compartner. Now the count 1-1. And the one thing you don't want to do here is give Danko a belt high fastball because he will turn on it and send it deep to right field. Big swing and a miss. Might have been foul tipped, but now the count 1-2.
I still just think Danko's swing is just slightly off.
Just
to start this season.
Just takes some people to adjust a little bit longer than others. He's still getting on base. And swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of Godsey. So Danko down on strikes for the second time today. And that'll bring up Fleming with 2 away, and the base is loaded. Looking to give the Dukes their first lead of the game.
Well, this is the last batter you want up. Bases loaded.
And Fleming gets hit in the
drilled.
helmet. Look out. They're immediately going to check on him.
Luckily hit helmet. If that hit face, that would have been bad, but Josh still down in some pain.
They'll check on Fleming, and we'll step away here. 3-2 your score. Dukes lead here in the bottom of the fourth.
I mean, he probably won't anyway.
Ryan Lazowski steps into the box. 3-2 your score after the scary hit by pitch from Josh Fleming. He got up off the field on his own, which is a great sign. Luke Pazinski heads to first base to run. There's a chance he'll check in the shortstop. Compartner still trying to work out of this jam. Starts with a 12-6. That's in there for a strike. So two hit batsmen in this inning for Comparja, so starting to lose a little bit of that control. And this one's going to go away. And coming home and scoring will be Jeva. And they throw it away. Comparja wasn't looking. Gami racing home, and he's going to score.
Oh,
Pazinski
no.
all the way to first. So a
third.
wild pitch and then an error. Just not what you want to see.
Yikes.
That's going to score 2 runs. And that's going to make it a 5-2 game. And now, all of a sudden, the Dukes with a 3-run lead.
Well, at first you bring in 2 runs from 2 hit by pitches, and then you bring in 2 runs from a wild pitch and an error. That's not a good inning.
Just not what you want to see. And on top of that, Lazowski is ahead 2-1. Checks his swing, holds ball 3. Now Pazinski at third base, 90 feet away. Comparja set, delivers. Lazowski on the ground, and it's going to be a foul ball. It's the count now full. So man on third, full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. 5-2 lead for the Dukes. So they've put up 4 runs so far this inning. Lazowski trying to extend that lead. Comparja gets set. Outside, ball number 4. So a walk for Comparja to add on to the 2-hit batsman this inning, the base hit and the bunt single he's given up. So Lazowski works the count. Great at bat. And that'll bring up Nico Ruggieri 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and struck out looking his last time up.
And kind of interesting, other than when Josh Fleming was down, coaches have not come out to talk to Comparja at all.
And there's no action in the bullpen. You just kind of have to wonder, are they short on arms? I mean, the weather's
gotta be.
the weather's been bad, but if the pitch count's getting high, they're not allowed to play.
It's getting pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw a certain amount of pitches, there's a certain number of days you're not allowed to pitch for.
They haven't played too many games, though. They've only played 4 games, according to Max Preps.
Yeah. 1-1 to Ruggieri. And he lines this one into right field, base hit. That's going to score Pazinski easily, and it gets by the right fielder. Rounding third and heading home is Lazowski. Ruggieri going to hold at second. The relay home is no throw, and Ruggieri drives in 2 with an RBI base hit and advances to second on the error. Making it now a 7-2 game. And that'll bring up Paul Reedy for the second time this inning.
Just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes for this Proviso West team. That just cannot happen in the outfield. You cannot let a grounder get by you. And manager for Proviso West does make his way out to the mound for
A visit.
first official time this inning. Looking to maybe calm Comparja
yeah,
down. But there's no action in the bullpen. Nobody's warming up. Nobody's jogging. So this is his inning to close out.
So while they talk things over, we'll step away here. Back in just a moment here on York Sports Network. 7-2 Dukes lead. Yep. Back now, the bottom of the 4th. Comparja still out there. They talk things over. Now Reedy steps in. He's 0 for 2. Struck out earlier this inning. Dukes batted all the way around, scoring 6 runs. And Reedy looks at a first pitch fastball in there for strike 1.
Looking for a Reedy base hit here. Score Ruggieri. It's time for that first hit of the season.
Big swing and a miss at a slider with some great movement. Now Reedy down 0-2.
Paul's been on Compartra all day. Just gotta.
Yeah, it's all about putting it in play, timing it
Nope.
up. Compartra set. Reedy, line
There it
drive,
is.
right center field. This is going to be extra bases for Reedy. This will score Ruggieri easily. Reedy on his way to second to throw. Not in time, and he's safe. And Paul Reedy gets his first hit of the year. A double to right center field to score Ruggieri, making it an 8-2 game here in the bottom of the fourth. And the inning continues.
I'm going to go Paulie. And using that speed, getting the second base, showing that back is healthy.
Next up, number 3, Owen
Now
Shale.
Owen Shale pinch hitting for Noah Jones. And Shale, the backup catcher, now steps in to face Compartra.
We've seen that quite often for the Dukes this year. Catchers splitting game time. One guy playing the first half of the game, the other guy closing it.
Really, the only catcher I haven't been able to watch yet, and I haven't gone to every game, albeit I haven't seen Jimmy Connors yet. But this could.
He pitched the first game. No, not pitched. Sorry,
He caught?
Caught the second half of the first game of the season at home.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Shale ahead now 2-0. Look back. No, it was Chale for the first
Was it
game.
Chale?
Yes. I think he must have gotten in on one of those away games that we did not travel to. So 2-0 the count. 2 away, runner on second, 8-2 Duke's lead. Chale grounds this one softly, but it'll get into right field and do the job. They send Reedy, and right fielder cannot pick it up, so that'll score. Chale with the RBI. Base hit to right field. Reedy makes the trip around, and he scores. Now Noah Hughes digging into the box for his third time today. He's 2 for 2 with 2 base hits, 2 of the more interesting base hits. Tolofy in right field just having all kinds of trouble. And Compartra in a lot of trouble, giving up quite a few runs. 8 this last inning, and Hughes right side's gonna go heading for St. Charles. Now Hughes down 0-1.
A lot of balls get hit in the St. Charles.
How unfortunate would it be if you were just driving your car and someone hits a foul ball? Swing and a miss, strike 2.
I would probably
fastball.
get out of my car and chuck the ball back into the game. Like, I'd be pretty upset. Especially if it, like, cracked my windshield.
That would be horrible. It's had to have happened at least once out of all the games that have been played here.
Oh, multiple times. I mean, sometimes you just see that ball fly over. You don't necessarily see it, but you just hear a loud thud. Everyone goes, oh.
It's the sound. Hughes fouled that one straight back. So Chale still on first base, 2 away, 0-2. Compartra finally trying to end this inning. Swing and a miss. He gets Hughes down on strikes. And finally, after 8 runs, Compartra escapes what has turned out to be a disaster for the Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth. And the Dukes able to score 8 runs on 4 hits. 5 hits. 8 runs on 5 hits, aided by 2 RBI hit by pitches. And it'll be Godsey, Galletti, and Luria for the top of the 5th coming up here on York Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning here. New pitcher on the mound for the Dukes. It's going to be Jacob Perry. So Jack Lonigan's day is done, giving up 2 runs over the span of 4 innings of work. And first pitch is going to be fouled away by Godsey. Again, striking out 4 to only 1 walk and 3 hits, so a solid day for him. Perry comes set, delivers upstairs. Perry, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. So the count now 1-2 against Godsey. Perry set, delivers, swung on and missed. Or no, that is strike 2. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And now Perry ahead. There we go, strike 3. Swung on and missed. Chael throws to first, and it goes over the glove. Hits Lazowski's glove into right field. Nearly takes out the umpire. And Godsey's rounding the bases. He's not stopping. The throw from Ruggieri to third, not in time. And what is a strikeout has resulted in Godsey on third base.
The easiest throw you can make. I mean, Godsey showed no attempt to even hustle down the first baseline. And Chael just overthrows Lazowski by a mile.
So that'll be a 2-base error on Owen Chael. And some questions being asked by Coach Kalal here. Short discussion. Godsey remains on third. And that will bring up Galletti, the first baseman. So Perry with no outs, man on third base, has some work to do. Unfortunately not able to get that first out on the strikeout, but fires in a nice curveball for strike 1. Perry can get up to the low 80s. On that fastball, this one pops out of the glove of Chael, but he's able to hustle there and stop anyone from scoring. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Perry comes set, fires upstairs, ball 2. So 2-1 the count. No outs, man on third. Perry comes set, inside, ball 3. 3-1 now. Perry set, delivers. Inside, ball 4. So Galletti draws the walk. Reaches for his first time today. And now Luria up to bat for the second time with runners on the corners. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking. Going to be a pinch hitter for the Panthers.
Pinch hitter for the Panthers, number 15.
Lusa Gasly takes ball 1 from Jacob Perry. They throw down to second base, and they get him. No, he's safe. And the run's going to score.
They didn't get him? He wasn't even on the base.
Wasn't on the base. Ruggieri asking the umpire. But he calls him safe, so the score now 9-3. The run crosses. They don't get the out. So the inning continues. And first strike. The at-bat in there, so 2-1 now the count. Perry comes set. Misses, now 3 balls, 1 strike. Comes set, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Now. Count is full. This one fouled off, so it will stay a full count. Perry's still searching for that first out. Coming set, runner goes. This one's slapped to the right side and out of play. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. 9-3 the score. Dukes still have the lead. Perry searching for that first out still. He comes set. Fires. This one, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Perry. And now runners on first and second.
The center fielder, number 1, Johnson.
Bring up Johnson for the 3rd time today. Johnson popped out to left field and popped out to the catcher his last time out, or his last time up. So still no outs, 1 and 2. Top of the 5th, Perry comes set. Johnson shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1. Comes set, fires upstairs, so
Having some control issues.
count now 2-0. So back-to-back walks. Now falls behind 2-0 to Johnson. And gets a strike over. So now makes it 2-1. Perry comes set, deals, swing and a miss by Johnson. Now the count evens out, 2-2. Perry set, deals, and down low in the dirt. So the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Good block, though, by Chael.
Yeah, Chael, good save. Perry set. Called strike 3. Catches Johnson looking. Picks up the first out of the inning. Perry picks up his first strikeout as well. That's going to bring up Rivera, who's 1 for 1, a walk and a base hit. Absolute speed threat on the bases. So this is not a guy you want to let on. The first pitch is a curveball in there for a strike. The 0-1, this one, soft liner, center field, Danko coming in, dives and can't make the play, gets up, fires to third in time, and they'll get out. They'll get the force out. So that'll be an 8-5 fielder's choice. Yeah. And that'll bring up Tollefree.
Well, that ball was hit so shallow. I mean, the runners had to freeze. And so the runner at second, unfortunately, when the ball did drop, he had no chance at third base. Bearing a good throw, and was a good throw. You can see out of third.
Danko with a great arm. Now Perry, the great pitch. Fastball swung on and missed by Tollefree. Perry jumping ahead. This count 0-1. And curveball in the dirt. Count evens out at 1-1. Tollefree struck out swinging his first time up. Last time up, he flew out to the center fielder, but to the right side. It's that long run for Danko, and he takes strike 2. So now he falls behind once again. 1-2 the count. Perry trying to work out of this inning. Comes set, deals. Slider in the other batter's box. So now they count 2-2. Perry steps off. Going to get the sign again. He comes set. The 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3. Now the count is full.
Full count, 2 outs. Both runners will be off and running on the pitch.
Perry trying to escape. The 3-2. Runners go. Upstairs, ball 4. And he's going to load the bases with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Compardra. So Perry's 3rd walk this inning.
Number 11, Compardra.
And Compardra with a chance to do some damage, cut into the 6-run lead for the Dukes. Looks at a first pitch curveball for a strike. So Perry been starting to head in a lot of these at-bats, Nick, but, you know, just can't hold on. He can't finish the job at the end. He's walked 3 guys. And this one down low in the dirt. Chael able to pick it up.
Got to be careful here. Compardra, who is 2 for 2 today. Now with bases loaded and a great opportunity to drive in some of his own runs.
You see Pazinski a little bit deeper. Both of his shots have been to the right side. Swing and a miss on the curveball from Perry. So now 1-2, and that opens it up. And I think, Nick, I think you either go upstairs fastball or right back to that curveball. Try and just get this final out. Perry gets set, fires down low, so count now 2-2.
I would go fastball pie.
Count evens out. Tried going for the changeup low. Couldn't get him to bite. Goes upstairs fastball. This one's going to miss. So 3-2.
Just bit 2 up high.
Up and away. So
now what do you do?
Yeah,
What's the pitch now?
This
Runners
is
off.
This is a give him something to hit. This one fouled back. That was probably just about as perfect of a pitch as you could have it.
Yeah.
Inside fastball. Compardra was late. Wasn't going to make great contact with it. So 3-2 the count. Perry gets set. Runners go. Flare. Lazowski does not have a play on it, so it will remain 3-2.
That was pretty much the same pitch there from Perry. Jamming Compardra again. He's not able to retire him, though.
Perry comes set. The 3-2. Just misses ball 4, and he walks in a run, and the inning continues. His 4th walk this inning. And the bases remain loaded, making it a 9-4 game. Sylvia now digging in. So Perry loses that battle and continues to fight. And there's
another first pitch
pitch
strike,
strike.
like you were saying, Connor.
And Sylvia starts down in the count. Perry set. This one in the gap. Nope, never mind. Right there is Drew Gami, and he makes the play. So Perry gets out of it. 4 walks, so Proviso West gets 2 runs on the board. 9-4 your score. Bottom of the 5th coming up soon. It's Jevagami and then Danko.
On the mound for the Panthers, number 14,
Bottom of
Galletti.
the 6th inning here, or bottom of the 5th inning here in
4, Austin Jeva.
Elmhurst. New pitcher on the mound for the Panthers. It's going to be Galletti coming over from first. They send Compadro to first base. And his first task will be getting Austin Jeva out. Jeva 1 for 2 today, grounded out to third his first time up, and then bunt single last time up. Great bunt that set up the huge explosion from the Dukes. Shows bunt again, but pitch just a bit too low, so he's 0-1. He's down 0-1. Maybe just got a little bit too happy there. Bunt City. Now Jeva hits this one little flare right to Compadra, who doesn't move, and able to make the play, get retired Jeva and 1 away.
Jammed a little bit inside. Try to go to the opposite field, push it that way, but popped it up.
Gurgone takes the first pitch, ball just bounced into the box.
Batting for the Dukes, the right fielder, number 17, Drew Gami.
Galletti gets the sign. Gami takes ball 2. Gami 1 for 2. Got hit by a pitch his last time up, and he's going to chop this one towards third. It'll be foul. So, count now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Galletti set, deals, curveball outside. So Gami now ahead 3-1. Galletti, and it's going to be ball 4. So Gami draws the walk. That's going to bring up Danko.
Next up, the center fielder, number 19, Chris Danko.
First pitch for Danko. Gami goes. Big swing and a miss. The throw down to second base. Not in time. Gets away from the second baseman, Rivera, or shortstop Rivera, but Basario was backing it up.
Gami continuing to show off his speed. He's got a few steals now in this game.
Danko takes the ball down low. So count now 1-1. Set fires. Curveball in there for a strike. Danko now down 1-2. Finds himself down in the count once again. This one outside, ball 2. Upstairs now, ball 3, so count is now full. Galletti letting his grip on this at-bat slip a little bit.
Well, both those pitches were really nowhere close to the zone. I mean, those are easy takes for any batter.
Danko takes ball 4 upstairs, draws the walk. So now back-to-back walks, bringing up Luke Pazinski, the second baseman.
His first at bat in place
Now
for
batting
Josh
number
Fleming.
23, Luke
Hopefully
Pazinski.
Josh is all right. I have no idea what
I was
exactly
able to get off.
he hurt or what his injury is at this
Not
point.
sure either. So Pazinski takes first pitch for a ball. Now he grounds this one towards the shortstop. This could be a tough play. There's no throw to first base. It's an infield single. They flip back to third. Gami gets back in time. And now the bases are loaded off of Pazinski's infield single.
Just too slow of a chopper there from Pazinski. Had no play, using his speed.
Now batting the first baseman,
Sprinting
number
down the
9,
baseline.
Ryan Lisowski.
Now Lazowski going to step into the box. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third base. Has walked twice. And big swing and a miss on the first pitch. He's down 0-1 now. Letty comes set and a high curveball. One ball, one strike. I see Fleming over there with a windbreaker, so seems to be okay. And Lazowski takes one just a bit upstairs. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Galletti set, deals, and this one's going to get away. And this is going to score Gami in time. Danko to third. And going to second will be Pazinski, and this one will be a passed ball on Godsey. Now making it a 10-4 game.
Just how many times have we seen balls get by Godsey today? Mostly wild pitches that brought runners in. I mean, he's had a tough day behind the plate trying to corral all these baseballs just being thrown in the dirt.
Ball misses. Count is now 3-1. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Lazowski waits the pitch from Galletti.
Another one just
Down
nowhere
low, ball
close.
4. So Lazowski walks for the 3rd time today. And that'll bring up Nico Ruggieri, who is now at shortstop. And the bases are loaded up
Now
once
batting
again.
Shortstop, number 7, Nico Ruggieri.
Ruggieri is 1 for 2 today. Struck out looking. Had a base hit his last time up and is also drilled by a pitch. It's quite a long mound meeting. Finally breaking up. So 10-4 now the score.
If a few more runs score here, is there possibly a slaughter rule in effect in the fifth or sixth inning?
There would be a
Is
slaughter
anywhere
rule in
close? Is
effect,
it
but they would need quite a few runs.
probably 4 more, right?
More than that, they would.
It's not 10 after 5.
I think it's 12.
What's after 6? Is there anything after 6?
No, it's 12. I think it's 12 after 4, 10 after 5. I think you're right. So
Yeah.
4 more runs.
I don't know if there's one after 6 or not.
No, it doesn't get smaller. It just stops at 10. And Ruggieri lofts this one left field. This one is going to be caught. Everyone is going back. And Pazinski back in time, as well as Lazowski. Only one holding was Danko.
But he doesn't score.
Not sure why he didn't tag.
Next up, the third baseman, 20.
So a long fly out for Ruggieri to center field. I thought there was going to be extra bases.
I'm really confused there.
Should have been a sac fly.
At least Danko on third. You're scoring on that easy no matter what if that ball drops. So you might as well
Absolutely.
stay at third.
Yes,
Stay on
because
the
you just never know. Reedy takes a first pitch strike. Reedy doubled his last time up. Yeah, absolutely, Nick. You just never know, and that's a great example. That's a run right there. That's 11-4. And Reedy smashes this one to left field, but it's going to be well foul just a bit early and pulled it way left. So now there's 2 outs. Reedy down 0-2. Bases still loaded. Dukes have scored 2 runs this inning. Set swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning on a strikeout. Dukes get a couple of runs. Score is 10-4 after 5. Top of the 6th coming up your way shortly here on York Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning here. Score 10-4.
Top of the 6th inning.
Dukes coming off the bottom of the 5th where they just scored 1 run. Said 2 by accident, but it was just 1. And Jacob Perry on the mound for his 2nd inning. He'll face Sylvia, and this one grounded. Foul. Late foul call, but it is foul, so Now 0-2. Sylvia's behind. Perry, some control issues. Walked 4 batters last inning, able to get out of it, and there's a high curveball. It's delivery. Against, Beccaria. And the count evens out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perry set, fires. This one's fouled right into the thigh of Beccaria. And this one is lofted and jump play off the glove of Ruggieri. So that'll be a base hit for Beccaria. And the leadoff man's aboard.
Next up, the catcher, number
It was such a
7,
hard play
Varsity.
for Ruggieri to make. It hit his glove, but he did have to jump for it. Now digging in is Godsey. Swing and a miss. First pitch strike for Perry. Godsey 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, but last time reached on a 3-base throwing error. This one's outside. Perry comes set, delivers. Godsey chases upstairs. So count now 1-2. No outs. Fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Perry picks up the strikeout, his second of the day, or third of the day.
Next up, the pitcher, number 14,
And now
Galletti.
Gonna step in. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Walked his last time up against Perry. He fires first pitch fastball that's fouled away. Once again, a first pitch strike for Perry.
All 3 times this inning. First pitch strikes. It's great to get ahead in counts. That's where you want to live.
Perry comes set. Oh,
Oh.
that one clips him, and it's a hit batsman. So that will send Galletti to first base, and now runners on first and second. And Nick, you just
Next up for the Panthers, number 15.
you were going strong, but then you hit him, and just what is your plan of attack here? Trying to get this second out of the inning.
We'll just keep going strong, keep firing in strikes. That one a bit high.
Yeah, just upstairs, so does not get a first pitch strike. Still 1 out. Runners on first and second. The 4-year score. This one's fouled straight back. There's a strike. So 1-1. The count. Perry comes set. And that one just clips the strike zone. So now the count is 2-2. Or 1-2. 1-2. Curveball.
Strike
Called
3.
strike 3. Another strikeout for Perry. It's number 4. And that'll bring up the top of the order with 2 away. Johnson struck out looking last inning when he faced Perry. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And just a little bit of a delay over there. I think they made Proviso West first base coach put a helmet on because it's a player. Big swing and a miss from Johnson. Strike one there. Perry's next pitch in the dirt. So 1-1 now the count. Both his outs have come via the strikeout, and there's strike two. And Perry comes set, deals, and this one's in the dirt for ball two.
Good stop from Choi. Keep those runners where they're at.
Now Perry comes set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike three. Perry strikes out the side and ends the top of the 6th in a very good inning from him. Make that 5 total strikeouts, and now that will bring up Choi, Hughes, and Jeva coming up for the Dukes here, going to the bottom of the 6th coming up soon. Bottom of the 6th inning here, 10-4 your score after a scoreless frame put up by Jacob Perry, striking out the side. Now Owen Shale steps into the box, and first pitch is going to be ball 1. Shale with a base hit to right field his last time up. Upstairs, ball 2. Galletti comes set, the pitch, and this one hits Chale, so yet another Duke is hit today. And definitely a more painful way to be upon first base, especially with the weather, but Chale takes it, heads to first, and now the leadoff man for the Dukes is aboard.
Well, he's reached base twice now. 2 plate appearances. It's the best thing you can do.
Noah Hughes, the designated hitter. 2 for 3, struck out his last time up, but does have 2 base hits. And Fisher, the courtesy runner for Chale. And this one just bounced foul. Hughes just got a piece of it. So Galletti, nobody out. Duke's up by 6 runs. Comes set, fires, strike 2. So now Hughes is down in the count. Galletti comes set, fires, breaking ball. Gonna miss upstairs.
Just high.
Fisher, decent lead at first. Hughes awaits, and he lines this one into left field for a base hit. Hughes' third hit of the day. Fisher rounding second, he'll hold. And Hughes is 3 for 4 with 3 base hits.
Left fielder number 4, Austin Jeva.
That'll bring up Jeva. Jeva 1 for 3. Hit a little jam flare to first base his last time up. But he's got no outs, a runner in scoring position. Galletti comes set, fires, misses in the other batter's box. And Jeva skies this one.
That's
Into
gonna
no
drop.
man's land, running in and can't make the catch. It's out of the glove. Everyone's going to be safe. Rounding third and coming home is Fisher. The throw is over the head of the catcher. And
Everyone advances.
yeah, everyone advances another base. It was just well over the head of Godsey.
Up now the right
So
fielder,
Jeva
number
with the
17,
flare base hit the left
Drew
field that
Gurgone.
fell. But it scores Fisher.
Umpires coming to talk. Not sure what about exactly.
Just making sure everyone held. So now 11-4 is your score. And now Gami back up to bat. No outs. Runners on second and third. Gami 1 for 2 today. Reached base 3 times. It's been at an RBI. Hit by pitch, but then also a wild pitch, and there was a throwing error by the catcher. And he also walked. And Gami skies this one. Foul territory. And hits something. It sounds like the away bleachers, so that's just a foul ball. Be the first strike of the at-bat. Gami comes ready as Galletti fires one over his head. Count now 1-1. Gami takes a curveball upstairs, so now the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Galletti gets the sign, delivers. Gami takes a fastball upstairs, and now it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Gami in a huge hitter's count right now. Galletti comes set, fires upstairs, ball 4. Gami draws the walk, and that'll bring up Chris Danko with the bases loaded once again.
Next up, the center fielder, number 19, Chris Danko.
So many times we've seen this game. Dukes with bases loaded. A lot of bad things have happened for Proviso West when the Dukes had these many runners in scoring position.
Last time they had this much traffic, they exploded for 8 runs in the 4th inning. Haven't been quite the same, only 1-1 in the other innings. This inning not over, but they already have a run. First pitch to Danko is outside. Danko 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but does have 2 walks. And a breaking ball It doesn't break in, so now the count is 2-0. Coming set, fires. Danko crushes this one deep to right field, going back at the wall. This one hops the fence, and this should clear the bases. Danko routing second on his way to third, and he is in there with a stand-up triple as he scores Gami, Hughes, and Jeva. And Danko breaks the slump with a huge triple, 14-4, and that'll do it. Dukes up by 10. And in the bottom of the 6th, a game ender from Chris Danko. Dukes score 14-4. Nick, what are your final thoughts on this game?
Well, great way to end the game for the Dukes, especially Chris Danko. I mean, breaking that slump, finally absolutely drilling a ball down the line, clearing the bases. But overall, great job hitting for all these Dukes. I mean, highlighted by like Noah Hughes, 3 for 4 on the day, along with many other guys stepping up, just pounding the ball all over, and putting balls in play that made Proviso West get in tricky situations, and they struggled a bit. And that was basically wraps. Proviso West had it going a little bit towards the start of the game, got the bats clicking, but just as the game settled in, the errors and the mistakes caught up to them, and the Dukes ran away.
Huge 8-run 4th inning for the Dukes propels them to a 14-4 win. Dukes score 14 on 10 hits and 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Jack Lonergan with 4 innings, 4 strikeouts, a walk, 3 hits, and 2 earned runs. That'll be all for us. Connor Choi, with me is Nick Gurgone. We thank you all for tuning in to another Dukes victory, and an impressive one. First conference win of the year, and they sit atop the West Suburban Silver. Conference play will continue going into next week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and go Dukes.
Good night.